Season 4 of MLB The Show 23 is here, and what I want to be doing in today's video is going over what to be doing the first couple of weeks of the new season, and then also what I think it makes sense to prioritize at the beginning of Season 4, because as we know, the beginning of these seasons always seem pretty overwhelming with the amount of content that drops. And before we get started, I just want to say we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you guys take a second, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Let's try to get to 1,000 just sometime in September. That's the goal. And we'll be posting plenty of Season 4 videos, so you'll want to be around for all of those. And the first thing I want to go over and bring your guys' attention to is the new Set 4 collection, because this is probably the biggest reason why most of us grind for all of these set cards that we might not use, because we want all of these just ridiculously good collection cards, and we got a bunch of really good new ones here that I'm going to go over. But these, keep in mind that these Set 4 cards, all of them, your guys are going to be able to use the rest of this year because, Season 4, you're obviously going to use them. Season 5, you're obviously going to use them. But then Season 6 is all sets. So you can use Set 4 cards, whatever, and that Season 6 is the final season of the game. So you're going to be able to use these cards the rest of the year without having to worry about wild carding them. So yeah, Jimmy Fox, Kluber, Mookie Betts. So you'll probably end up getting all of these guys. Why not? Unless you really don't want one of them. But yeah, I mean, figure out who you want to get first, and then you will get the first card, one of these cards, I should say, at 135 cards, which is important to note because for the Set 3 collection, we needed 150 to get the first, one of these collection choice packs. Now it's 135, so they have lowered it, which is super nice. And shortly, I will go over what I would grind the next couple of weeks to quickly work towards the 135 cards. And the other recommendation I would make is I would only lock in non-sellable Set 4 cards, just because you won't be locking in any stubs. Obviously, you can always sell the sellable cards. You won't have them locked in and have them become non-sellable. So that's super important. I would only lock in non-sellables. Also, at the beginning of this new season, especially this first week until the monthly awards and then the Sosa McGuire programs come out on September 8th, this first week I would definitely get grinding Team Affinity, right? What I would do first are the exchanges, and then move on over, if you guys are planning on doing the exchanges, that is, and then move on over to the moments and then the showdowns. And even this first week, if you don't get started on the conquest maps and you do, the moments, showdown, some of the exchanges, you're going to be unlocking a few players from all of these divisions, which means those are cards you guys can start putting towards the Set 4 collections, the Team Affinity collections, which I'll show you guys in a minute. And then, yeah, putting these players in your lineup to start grinding out missions once you get going on the conquest. And there's not a lot to say with the Team Affinity collection. Obviously, as you're going along through Team Affinity, make sure you're coming back to this collection, locking in these Team Affinity cards, picking up these collection cards, and then as you're picking up these collection cards, you can head to your, Set 4 collection and lock these players also into your Set 4 collection. The other thing I would do before the monthly awards program comes out is make sure to grind and knock out all of the August Topps Now program, because collecting these cards should be an optional collection for progress in the August monthly awards program. And also, if you do everything for Topps Now, you'll be just obtaining more non-sellable Set 4 cards that you can lock into the collection. And then when monthly awards drop, I would absolutely do that as soon as possible, because those programs are just always stacked out with a lot of new non-sellable set cards. So if we think about it, if we get a good start with Team Affinity this first week or two of Season 4, and then also are able to knock out all of the August Topps Now program, and then once August monthly awards program drops, finishing that as soon as possible, you will, once you do that, start to creep up towards that first Set 4 collection reward card. Another really important thing to be doing this first week or two of the season is to be grinding the XP reward path just as quickly as possible. And this is super important because you can, obtain these sellable cards throughout the path and then sell these cards, because we know all of these sellable cards in the XP path always tank the further we get into the season, right? They're going to go down essentially to quick sell value, halfway through, 3/4 of the way through the season. So definitely try to get to these cards as soon as possible, sell them, and then, if you want them later on in the season, go ahead and buy them back with a few weeks left or whatever. It's always a good move to make a lot of stubs, and yeah, I highly recommend doing this. And as long as you got the Head Start XP and then maybe you saved up some XP for collections that now you're able to collect, or same for programs, now you're able to complete, get that XP, it shouldn't be too bad at all, and you should get there. The other thing I want to mention is you also might be thinking that you want to start, selling off some of these set 2 cards because they're unusable in ranked. And what I would suggest is actually for the cheaper set 2 cards, probably just hold them, right? Because as we saw with the set 1 cards that became unusable, slowly over time, they just started to go up in value. And so I would hold most of these cheaper set 2 cards, and eventually it might be a good idea to sell, right? But holding and waiting just to see if they go up in price is probably the smartest move. Some of the more expensive set 2 cards, though, it might not be a bad idea to sell necessarily, especially if you guys need the stubs. You can go ahead and do that, and I don't think you should really stress about that too much. And quickly, I just want to go over a couple final things here. One being the new Chase Pack Mike Trout right here is literally going for over 800,000 stubs. And I just want to say, if you guys are ever going to buy a bundle of packs, you could buy 1 or 2, and it's probably not the end of the world. I'm personally not going to. I just don't like doing that with my stubs because I know I'm probably not going to pull a Trout right. But if you're ever going to do it, and you hit a Mike Trout, you're rich, right? So it might be worth it for you if you like to gamble a little bit with your stubs, but otherwise I probably wouldn't. Completely up to you guys. The other thing I want to note is these packs came back into the store right here, these number retirement ones, and as you guys can see, these prices have absolutely tanked, just fell off a cliff. Right here, Willie Stargell, you can buy for 13K. Yesterday was like 55, 60K. All of these cards right here, a little unexpected. I didn't expect them to post these back on the store right here, but they are now. So if you guys want to pick up these cards, I would absolutely do it now while these cards prices have absolutely tanked. But otherwise, let me know all your guys' thoughts about Season 4. What set 4 cards are you guys looking forward to? All of that, let me know down in the comments below. And make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. We got plenty more videos coming very, very soon. But otherwise, I do appreciate you guys for sticking around to the end and watching this one. See you guys next time. Peace.